Hello all, and welcome to another edition of the Text Tube Guy Reels. This is another in my series Collection Spotlight, and this is for the year 1930. This is a short year. I don't have many films from this year, but what I do have I consider pretty great films. So with that said, the first film is one of my favorite war pictures of all time, All Quiet on the Western Front. Here are a few facts about the film. During the film's German release, the Nazis, not yet in power, interrupted screenings by shouting martial slogans and releasing rats into the theaters to run the people out. Also, you know, this film is kind of gory for its time, but it was deemed appropriate for the censors, and past the censors, to depict its reality and the horrors of war. It actually is an anti-war film. It was the most violent of its films of its time. It was actually the first sound film for director Louis Milestone, and it stars Lou Ayres. It won 2 Academy Awards in the year 1930, one Oscar for Best Director, Louis Milestone, and for Best Picture, as you can see down there. This is the back. And this is just it's a great story. It's really heartbreaking, acted very well. One of my all-time favorites, like I said. It's on my list of favorite war films of all time. Alright, next I have a film called Anna Christie. This stars Greta Garbo, Charles Bickford, and Marie Dressler, and directed by Clarence Brown. This is famous for Garbo's first spoken line ever in cinematic history, her line, "Gimme a whiskey." And I won't try to imitate that. Also, Garbo was nominated for Best Actress, but lost out to Norma Shearer in her film The Divorcee. It's a funny little comedy. She plays a former prostitute. You know, it's been done. It's also done in German, but this film has been done so many times. But I believe Garbo's to be one of the best performances. Alright, next I have a film that I haven't seen yet, but I do know some about, and that's Hell's Angels. This stars Jean Harlow, Ben Lyon, James Holland. It was directed by the infamous Howard Hughes. And some interesting facts about this film. There's an 8-minute Technicolor sequence in the film, and that is the only surviving color footage of actress Jean Harlow in cinematic history. Also, it was the most expensive movie made at the time of release, $3.8 million, and it really didn't make any profit upon its first release. Being as meticulous and just a perfectionist, Howard Hughes had all the film prints tinted and hand colored before releasing them to the theaters for general distribution. And with that said, all color prints were thought lost until John Wayne's son discovered a reel in his father's personal vault in 1989, and I guess gave it to the studios. And in this restored version, he is credited for finding that. This was also nominated for 1 Academy Award, and that was for Best Cinematography, but it did not win. And there's the back. And I like the artwork on these discs. I mean, they really seem to go all out. Alright, and the last film I have is, it's on this compilation of 5 films called the Franchise Collection of Marlene Dietrich, and it's called the Glamour Collection actually, but it's a movie called Morocco, starring Marlene Dietrich, Gary Cooper, and Adolphe Menjou, directed by Joseph von Sternberg. This film is famous for Marlene Dietrich kissing another woman, and it was at her own urging that be put in the film, and the only reason it passed the censors, and this was her ingenious idea of how to get it past the censors, is that when she kissed the woman in the film, she also took a flower from her, and then when she moved over to Gary Cooper, she gave him the flower. So her reasoning was, well, if you edit the scene, the flower in Gary Cooper's hand is not going to make sense. So, bravo to her for getting her way. Also, Dietrich was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress, but lost to Marie Dressler in her performance of Min and Bill, which that's also another excellent film. I believe Warner has that released as one of their DVRs from their archive that you can order. I do have it copied on DVR. It's a great film. Also, director Joseph von Sternberg was nominated, but lost to Norman Taurog for a movie called Skippy, which I've never heard of. So there's the back. And the slipcase comes off, and it's a pretty plain double disc set, but you'll probably be seeing this again. And that's all I have for this episode of films that I own from 1930. Again, thank you for watching. I hope to keep this series going and interject more trivia, facts, and any information fun information. Again, thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you for your comments, your suggestions, and just your support. It does mean a lot. If y'all have any responses to this or anything else you'd like to see up closer, or any other recommendations from films that you deem worthy for me to check out from each year, feel free to drop me a line as well. And with that said, until the next episode, take it easy.